To the 30-second Success Podcast, where we ditch the pitch and start connecting. I'm your host, Laura Templeton, brand strategist, speaker, and chief instigator at 30-second Success. Today, I'm sharing one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in business: clarity. In fact, lack of clarity is often the root cause of confusion, frustration, and missed opportunities I see in entrepreneurs and professionals every day. If your message feels foggy, or if people still don't get what you do, this episode is for you. Let's talk about the cost of unclear messaging. Your ideal clients don't recognize themselves in your message. You waste time rewriting your elevator pitch again and again. You feel scattered and inconsistent in your marketing. And you second guess your words constantly. The lack of clarity slows everything down. It creates doubt. It creates distance. It disconnects you from the people who need you. Clarity isn't just a strategy, it's a relief. It frees you from chasing and helps you start attracting. And yes, it also builds confidence, because when you know exactly who you're speaking to and what they need to hear, your voice gets stronger. Let's be honest, vagueness is safe. Saying I help people feels easier than naming a niche. But guess what? Clarity connects. Specificity builds trust. Here's a better way to approach it. Who do you love working with? This is one of my favorite questions to ask my clients. Who do you love to work with? Who lights you up? Who do you get excited to get on the phone with, to get into a call with, to get on a Zoom with, to really support and work together with, helping them grow their business, helping them to thrive, right? What do they struggle with? What do they want more than anything? How do you help them get it? I had a client who for years struggled with being able to get his foot in the door to really gain traction in the corporate environment. He was an executive coach and worked with a lot of leaders at the executive level. And one of the things that we dove into why he was struggling, and he was one of his biggest pet peeves, was the fact that he was constantly rewriting his proposal depending on who he was presenting to. So what we did is we dove into understanding who his niche was, who really lit him up and got him excited. And what he found was that he loved that entry level manager, someone who had been promoted within the organization. People saw their potential, knew that they would be great in management, and yet they got promoted and nobody taught them how to be a manager. And they didn't have the skills to succeed in that management role and floundered. Those are the people that really lit him up and got him excited. And what he found once we discovered that niche and started tailoring his proposals to that niche, it became easier for him to submit proposals to companies. It became easier for him to share how he supported them in a very full and extensive way that really helped them take them through the steps of becoming a very successful manager. And what he also found was, number one, it grew his business. Number two, even though he was helping those entry-level managers, a lot of the executives above those managers started enrolling in his program because they never actually had the root training that he was giving to these new managers. It changed his business exponentially. He now has a thriving business. In corporate, he supports a lot of organizations, and his proposals have become pretty standard. He doesn't have to write a special proposal based on who he's presenting to. So it made his life easier and it grew his business just by really defining who he wanted to work with. So you're not for everyone. And that's what you need to understand. You're not for everyone. You are meant to serve a specific client. That we're all designed that way. We were meant to serve a specific audience. Yes, sometimes we grow, our audience grows, audiences change, and we can meet that need. But essentially we have a very specific group or avatar or niche that we serve and we are meant to serve. And that's what makes your message powerful. When you realize that you are not for everyone and you tailor your message for a specific audience, for a specific person, it becomes extremely powerful and impactful when you stand up and deliver your message to an organization or a group or even to an individual. If this episode is sparking ideas for you, take a second to like and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you know someone who'd appreciate this message, share it with them. The best conversations don't stay one sided. And I really appreciate when you help the podcast grow by sharing and showing other people how you are benefiting from what I'm sharing here with you. So here's a simple structure I use with my clients to create clarity fast. When we dive into it and we really understand who our audience is, we can then take this particular structure and mold it to your audience. So here's an example. I support this particular audience who struggles with this pain or problem by providing this solution or service so they can have these results, right? So it's really about what's the pain or problem? How do you solve it for them? And what's the transformation they want to experience? So here it is, an example using my business model. I support legacy-driven business owners who feel overwhelmed by inconsistent messaging, create clarity and confidence in their brand voice so they can attract better clients and grow without burnout. So try plugging in your own answers. This framework gives you the bones to build on and frees you from overcomplicating your message. And when your message is clear, everything else in your business gets easier. Let's talk about how it feels when you finally have clarity, right? You show up with more energy, you speak with purpose and ease, and you stop apologizing and explaining. Oh my gosh, explaining. How many times have you watched somebody's face just kind of wash over with this glazed look because you've lost them and you just keep explaining? Clarity helps you overcome all of that, right? And you stop comparing. You stop comparing yourself to other people, to other people's ability to deliver a great message or to really understand who their client is. And you start seeing results, referrals, aligned clients, and real traction. So, if your message isn't creating momentum, what part of it still feels unclear? Dive into that, really reflect on that. Take some time understanding what feels unclear. And I bet you dollars to donuts that it is the fact that you are not being really specific about who your ideal client is, who lights you up, who gets you excited. So, if today's message got you thinking about your brand, your message, or how you're showing up in the world, come check out the Brand Success Hub. It's my on demand resource center packed with tools, trainings, and templates to help you get clear, consistent, and confident in your brand. Just head over to 30secondsuccess.com and click on the hub, and I'll see you on the inside. If you've been spinning your wheels, trying to write or rewrite your brand message, it's time to take a breath and simplify. That's why I created the 30-second message worksheet, a quick, powerful resource to help you define your ideal client, their problem, the transformation you offer, and the core message you can lead with. I also take you through this process in the Brand Success Hub with a training and simplification of understanding how you can keep your message simple, on point, and really hit home for the people that you are in front of, whether they're your ideal client or they know your ideal client. There's power in that. So there's a link for the 30-second message worksheet in the show notes that you can download and start working on today. Or again, come hang out in the Brand Success Hub and we can work on it together. So clarity is a gift for you and for the people you're called to serve. Until next time, I'm Laura Templeton, and this has been the 30-second success